Welcome in, folks. Wow. What a draft weekend.
Yeah.
Lots of stuff happened. Honestly, I can't lie to you, Spenny. I was trying to aura farm. I was going to say I went on vacation because I knew Steve Yzerman wasn't going to do anything. But he did do something. Shout out to him. He traded Sebastian Kosa.
Yep.
We'll get into it. I like it. I think Spenny probably likes it. And I would sure that Garrett liked it. But before we do that, we have a special treat for you before we get into the hockey talk, because Garrett was in Nashville this weekend for his brother Griffin, who's also I played hockey with for 3 years. He's my boy, celebrating his 21st birthday. And so I don't know why or where he got this idea, but you saw it, and when the stream started, and throw that back up there, Garrett. Mike Schmidt, 2026 NHL draft pick, 37th overall. And he just walked around. And so Garrett, now take it away. What caused you to do this, first of all? And then second, what was the reaction of what you got down there in Nashville?
Yeah. So we were just messing around. It's been a long day at Broadway since like 2 p.m. It was like probably around midnight, 1 a.m. at this point. So, a couple beverages. And one of my brother's friends, or our neighbor's boyfriend goes, "We're going to start telling people you're Mike Schmidt and you got drafted to Nashville." Yeah. That went a couple ways. People were confused. Some people said happy birthday. Some people were fired up, like wanting to get pictures. I saw this big rubber duck that they're like, no one can sit on this. You can't get a picture on it. I go, dude, I just got drafted to Nashville, second round. Like, please. He goes, oh, dude, that's awesome. Like, you could take a picture. So I took a picture. And shout out the security guard named January. He goes, dude, can we take a selfie? I'm like, yeah, of course. So I took a picture with January. Yeah,
no way. Shout out January.
Shout out January. And shout out Garrett. If you've been following along in this episode since we have acquired Garrett onto this lovely program, he did the same thing essentially at the PWHL draft.
Yeah. But for real then.
But I was myself.
But that was for real. He wasn't being Mike Schmidt. He was being Garrett Freel.
He was being Garrett Freel.
Yeah.
So shout out to Garrett, another all-timer from the G over there.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
And we appreciate you being here.
That's good stuff.
But let's dive into it. So let's start with Kosa.
Okay.
Sebastian Kosa was traded on draft night for the 23rd overall pick that we used to draft the left winger JP out of the WHL, who put up over 100 points and over 45 goals.
Yeah.
Carter Bear talked about him yesterday in his presser, saying that because they played each other in the WHL this year, the first thing that he said is that he can score. And that is exactly what I want to hear for a team that lacks scoring.
Mm-hmm.
What I also liked about him, and when you play someone, the thing that I like hearing from a player, and Carter Bear talked about this, is how high JP's IQ is. And that is something where his knock as a prospect is the fact that he is not the quickest player and that he might not have like game-breaking NHL speed.
Yeah.
But the thing that negates speed is hockey IQ. So I loved hearing that out of Carter, and I am very excited about JP. I watched the tape. He is very dynamic. He is a wicked shot. He's got really good vision. I love all the offensive capability he brings you, and this is the type of swing you need to make with a draft pick. Spenny, what is your reaction to the draft pick? And then we will get into the niche on how the Kosa situation kind of just played out in general.
Yeah, I mean, cool. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and overhype a kid that it's gonna be a couple years before he even sees any type of ice time for the Griffins, let alone for the Red Wings. But I mean, potentially down the road, DeBrincat replacement.
He might be playing in GR this year.
You think so?
I think so. It hasn't come out yet, but
I mean,
the way that he lit up the W last year, like that's the type of season where
doesn't everybody light up the W though?
I mean.
But listen, like I said,
it's still
I'm not gassing up this kid. I don't want to talk about prospects. I don't want to talk about draft picks because he's not going to make a difference to what we're doing next year. And if you traded Sebastian Kosa, you drafted 15 to get the 23rd pick. When you look at it like that, it's an L. It's a fat L for Steve Yzerman. When you look at it as he traded his third best goaltender prospect for a first round pick, that sounds a little bit better.
Yes.
So, sure. I mean, you knew Kosa had to be gone. We were thinking maybe he could be packaged with Larkin to be a kind of little spice added filler. But you got a first-round pick out of him, and you got a solid scoring wing to throw into your war chest. And, I mean, awesome. Yeah, he is a Michigan commit, Michael Myron.
Oh, yeah, he is a Michigan commit. I forgot about
So,
that.
obviously, he's a talented kid, but we'll see what happens. I don't expect him to,
Yeah, Garrett told me that. Garrett, that's my bad.
Yeah.
It's a B. Like, it's a B. If you go back to when Kosa was drafted, they shouldn't have drafted Kosa. He wasn't NHL ready enough for them to wait 5 years to see anything, literally anything, other than that one singular win against the Buffalo Sabres 2 years ago.
I was there.
Literally, he's done nothing to help this organization. And now, you got the return of a first-round asset for your third goalie. I think that is as good as you can ask for. And I like that now you have something that might be valuable to a team to trade in a trade. Because this team is going to not just be built through the draft. It also has to be built through trades. And so, with Sebastian Kosa, I'm glad they got rid of a first-round pick. I obviously, hindsight's 2020, I still feel like it would have been a better move to keep him for a little longer to try and maneuver him with Larkin. I still feel like that was the best maneuver because if you didn't do that, you could have still traded for someone like JP later towards the regular season when you realize that you're going to be stuck with Larkin for the start of the season.
I agree that, I think that he was a good spice to throw on a Larkin trade, but I think that just proves that Dylan Larkin's not getting traded anytime soon.
Yeah.
It's not going to be before the season, might not even be at the deadline. Like, Dylan Larkin is not going to just be giving up willy-nilly so he can go have fun with his friends in Vegas.
Yeah.
Like, it's I mean, we have the audio from Steve Yzerman that we'll get to, but him moving Kosa draft night to get a piece and to get in there, I think that just adds to the fact that Dylan Larkin's not going anywhere. And you're going to have to pry him out of Steve Yzerman's cold, dead hands if you want him.
And for you DeBrincat lovers out there,
who gets traded first?
This shows you with what the trade that he just made was, because he didn't trade for a guy who has a little NHL experience or even has a little grand like AHL experience who's maybe
Traded for a
playing
pick.
well. Yeah, like fit for no fit where there's too big of a four. There's no one where a guy doesn't fit in a four group and you have Kosa who doesn't fit in your goalie room.
Yeah.
And you do a 1-for-1. He didn't do that. He went for an asset that will not be ready in the next 2 years. That should show you what is going to happen to Alex DeBrincat. Alex DeBrincat is not on this timeline. He is resetting it again. This is 2.0, rebuild, get ready, eyes are planned, another 5 years until it's even sniffed about in that upper management.
I don't think it'll take 5 years to get to the playoffs.
No, not to get to the playoffs. Until like it's even thought about that, all right, maybe Yzerman isn't the guy. Like,
that's never going to happen.
They will get, and it may never happen.
It never will happen.
That is the earliest that it might possibly happen. So everyone needs to strap up the boots, strap the necks up, and get ready for Yzerman's second round at this because he might go 3 rounds or 4. You just keep.
Shout out. Sounds like me on a Friday night.
Yep. Just keep hoping and keep praying that this is going to work. It sounds like Mike Schmidt down in fucking Nashville.
Sounds like Mike Schmidt in Nashville for sure.
And I just spending.
No, you're 100% right. Like, you traded your closest to NHL ready goaltender for a asset that's not going to be in the NHL in at the very least 2 years. CC77 in the chat says Kosa was mismanaged. There is plenty of games he could have been tossed into to see what they had from him. I agree 100%. I think they completely mismanaged Kosa, and part of that, led to him getting issued out of here without even starting a game for the team.
Do you know what other NHL teams did this year that the Red Wings did not? When they were on the brink of making the playoffs, and when players got hurt, specifically their goaltender,
leaned into the
instead of going to Cam Talbot, a guy who you know exactly where you're going to get from, who is going to 8-8 and 8-9 you until you die, you give Kosa minutes. Instead of worrying about winning a damn Calder Cup in the AHL.
Calder watch.
Seriously, like that is what they were worried about last year. They did not bring Kosa up because they were too worried about winning the damn Calder Cup, and they didn't even play Postava because they didn't want to burn him. They didn't want to burn a year of him. And if you were going to trade Kosa anywhere, and there was no year to even burn, why did you not play him? Why did you not bring him up? Why did you let him start those games? I don't understand.
See, Steve Yzerman doesn't like the kids, man. Like, I think that's kind of like he doesn't like playing the kids.
Then where are we going to go? What are we going to do,
No, he's going to – that's what that – you talk about Yzer Plan 2.0, that's going to have to be the difference. That's going to have to be what switches. That's going to have to be what changes. Instead of getting a Comfer and a Rasmussen and a fucking, Kopp and Perron and all of these guys that you know what they are just because they've been in the NHL, you have to lean into the youth movement. You look at the way the NHL's going. You look at all of these guys who are coming up ready to play, making impacts on playoff teams. Yep. When you look at Porter and Philadelphia, if you want to talk about Yzer Plan 2.0, much like what the Lions are doing this year, you need changes in philosophy from Steve Yzerman when it comes to handling and using his young players and prospects. And that means throwing them into the fire. And like, it should have happened with Kosa. It didn't. It better fucking happen with Augustine. Like, I want to see Trey Augustine between the pipes next year.
Yes.
Like, not for a fucking extended period of time next year, because next year's in the trash anyways. But I think he should be on your starting roster in 2 years.
Yes.
And if he's not, I think that's just another logjam. And you look at all of these pieces that he's so desperate to hold on to, then let him play. Like, get the right – again, what we talked about, how I see this, I say you look at this year as just complete and total horseshit.
Yeah.
And you work on a trade for Larkin. You get to Brinkett, Falcon, Gibson out of there. You buy out Kopp, Comfer, and Rasmussen, or you trade Kopp at least, but buy out Rasmussen and Comfer. And you let all the fucking kids go out there, and you see which one of them, or which couple one of them, that you want to be a part of this group, and then you trade the rest for a piece that's actually ready to come in. And then you're in the playoffs in 2 years.
With Postava backing up Gibson and then starting when we trade Gibson and bringing up Augustine most likely.
Postava greater than Kosa, and it was immediate and obvious as who farted. Yeah. Last year. Did you know who Postava was 2 years ago?
No.
Like, you've had Kosa sitting there for a while, and it looks like Postava's better than Kosa for sure, but we'll never know because we saw Kosa start 0 games for the Red Wings. And sure, do I think they're both better than him? Yeah, probably. But I still would have liked to see the kid between the pipes at least once in not relief.
And speaking of Steve Yzerman's philosophy and him changing it, this is something he will not change, as we've talked about in the past with the Jonathan Drouin deal. Garrett, will you play that video, please, of Steve Yzerman talking about the Dylan Larkin situation at his post-draft press conference?
Yep. I will be deliberately brief here. So shortly after the season, I received a phone call from Dylan Larkin's agent informing me that Dylan would like to be traded. A week or so after that, Dylan's agent followed up with a short list of teams that Dylan would consider waiving his no trade to go to. So having said that, Dylan has 5 years remaining on his contract. My job as the manager of the Detroit Red Wings is always to do what is in the best interest of the Detroit Red Wings, and I will act accordingly to that. So I cannot make any guarantees, or did not make any guarantees that request could or would be met. As Wojo had asked, there is certainly a lot of uncertainty around that. So for the time being, I can confirm yes, that request was made. I think I will be in a position to maybe answer more questions and be more specific in the future. Today, I would just like to leave it at that.
All right, so that was Steve Yzerman talking about the Dylan Larkin situation, and
I didn't, this came out over the weekend. I didn't react to it. I didn't film any videos for it. I didn't do anything because it's what he's been saying the whole time. It's what we know. It's how Steve Yzerman operates. And as Sean talked about multiple times, he did it with Marty St. Louis. He did it with Jonathan Drouin. He's going to do the same exact thing with Dylan Larkin, and he should. Like, I know Larkin's having FOMO right now because he sees all his buddies meeting up and getting traded. Well, you better be ready to sit on that fucking press box during home games, or you better open up your list a little bit because you're not getting out of here for just to make you feel good. You are inked for 5 years, buddy.
And you did that.
There is no big difference between Dylan Larkin's value now and Dylan Larkin's value in 2 years.
Nope.
It's pretty much the exact same thing.
And we've seen that with the market for older centers at these past trade
Yeah, look at what
deadlines.
Trojan I mean, it's what's going to happen, and that's like I said before, my faith in Steve Yzerman is waning. It is. I've been a staunch Yzerman guy, but this situation has hurt it a lot. I still believe in him to get the best return possible for Dylan Larkin. I still believe that he is a better poker player than Dylan Larkin, and he's not going to fold in the face of some kid from Waterford. Like, this is going to be a grueling process, and it's not going to be resolved anytime soon. But as what you could say about Steve Yzerman, you can't say that he's going to get fleeced in this. He's going to come out on top of this trade. Now, can he use those assets and the pieces to build a cup contender? That's a different question.
Yes. And I couldn't have said it better myself, Spenny. That was perfect and exactly what I think everyone needs to hear as a Red Wings fan, because that is the reality of us as a fan base right now. There is no better negotiator. And a couple of things in that clip that I really kind of was drawn to was the fact that he pretty clearly stated the line of events and stated that he hasn't opened up the list even further than he did originally.
Not surprised.
Which is, I think he's playing a little poker there. I think he's trying to. It's another one of those, like, I'm gonna give it to the media to just like take a nice little bite out of. Like, he hasn't expanded his list. Like, he's under contract. I think this is everything we expected out of Steve Yzerman, being the poker player, the power broker that he is, trying to make sure that he gets the best deal possible for Dylan Larkin. And I think that he's doing that through his, just like, you can tell how calculated he is when he's talking. He's umming, and he's really trying to process every single word that he's saying to make sure that his message is directly given to whoever he's trying to give to.
He's on the battlefield right now.
Oh, yeah.
Everything he does and says in every press conference he has is going to be analyzed and broken down, and it's a battle of wit, and it's a battle of who's going to flinch first. And like, as you know, if my life's on the line, I'm betting on Dylan Larkin flinching first.
Yeah, me too. Absolutely.
Especially when he sees Brady and Matt hoist the Stanley Cup and he's still sitting in the press box for the Red Wings.
That's a funny thought.
I mean, the more and more we go, the more and more I believe he's not going to get traded in, like, this year at all.
Oh, I agree. I absolutely agree. I think DeBrincat gets traded first.
Yeah, I would. That would be a good bet, man.
I think DeBrincat gets traded first. In all seriousness,
much easier to move.
Yes,
much easier to move. Everybody, every single team in the NHL wants Alex DeBrincat.
He's an expiring contract.
Yeah,
he's going to cost like one first-round asset. He's going to cost less than McTavish.
Yeah,
think about that.
That is pretty crazy. But I mean, it's because you're getting a gun for hire. But you know what Stevie could do?
I mean, I guess
that would be awesome.
I guess they just signed and traded Tuck for more.
He could sit on Dylan Larkin all season, and at the deadline, he could send DeBrincat to Florida. Go win a cup. Go win a cup.
Go win a cup. Go ahead, Alex.
Thanks, Alex.
We appreciate your service.
We appreciate you, Alex.
We couldn't make your dreams come true here, but we'll help you. Go
and then
elsewhere.
As soon as Larkin opens his fucking list, you trade him to Vancouver. He's like, all right, Stevie, all right, have fun. No, but honestly, send DeBrincat to Vegas or Florida before Larkin for sure.
And it's easier to fit his
contract's
smaller.
Way easier to get for them.
He's less assets. Like, this I wouldn't do exactly this trade, but DeBrincat for Maverick Rourke and insert second asset.
Yeah, I mean, so that's what it's gonna cost.
Perfect.
And you don't think that Florida or Vegas wants a 40-goal scorer at the deadline to just help them go win a cup this year?
Especially when
Even Carolina.
DeBrincat is completely shielded by all of those lineups because they're huge, and that's been his issue.
Yeah, imagine DeBrincat just being third-line power play one, like what Marchand was for Florida when they won.
And
that's what Alex DeBrincat's going to be.
They still have Marchand.
And it'll be hey, that would be my sales pitch to I mean, obviously he's not Brad Marchand, but like you saw what Marchand did to Florida. You want a 40-goal scorer on your third line and first power play unit for a playoff push?
Teams,
Give me an asset.
I don't think people realize how many teams are going to line at the door to get DeBrincat at the trade deadline.
Carter Hart lost. LOL.
Every
horrible finals.
team
Yeah, he was bad.
that is a playoff team will be calling about Alex DeBrincat.
For sure.
I can guarantee you about that. And they're already starting. Like they see the blood in the waters. That is your job as an NHL GM.
So if you don't trade Larkin,
Okay.
get ready to speak Andrew Kopp 1C. Can you stomach that? Because that's the reality of it.
If it gets me,
Or you putting
If
are
it
you
gets-
putting my boy Marco front
if
and
it gets
center
me
on
to,
the first
if it
line?
gets me to DuPont, man, I'll do anything.
Dude, honestly,
Please.
DuPont.
I will do anything
that's
for DuPont
Griffin's boy.
to play back with
Garrett?
Carter Bear.
Garrett, sorry.
Like,
That's Mike's boy.
like you want me to actually
I don't
come?
even know Griffin.
You want me to actually come up here and talk about a prospect for an hour? That would be if we drafted DuPont.
DuPont. Well, yeah, I mean, he's going to be the number one pick.
And we need to be number one pick bad.
Cider says Penguin, you're not trading Cider.
No chance.
Cider's going to be your next captain. He's
You're
going to
gonna be
be
your next captain. You're gonna be bad for 1 year. You're gonna get DuPont, and you're gonna be ready to go. Boom! Flash rebuild. Let's go.
Flash rebuild.
Flash tank. Flash rebuild. We're ready to go. 2 years. We're Stanley Cup contender.
And DuPont is playing with JP next year.
He is. That,
Nice
good
little-
pull. Good pull,
nice
Garrett.
little-
Yeah, Michigan guy too.
Dude, you could be looking at a line that is all already played together in some sense.
Florida Panthers.
Carter Bear play with DuPont. JP's gonna play with DuPont. First line. First line of the future. That's what we're selling ourselves on.
Kyle Sven says Florida Panthers have become the Monstars. They honestly were 2 years ago, and now they're even better
They're even better.
because they just
Remember
traded
when we
for
were saying that
Backstrom,
they were the
right?
greatest dynasty of all time, and then they followed it up by trading for Braychuk?
Yeah, honestly, they like the 2 year ago Florida Panthers team. I said was the best roster ever assembled in the salary cap era.
That or the Wings?
When?
Oh no, that was before the salary cap
Yeah,
era. You're right.
no, yeah,
Right,
during the
sorry.
salary cap
that,
era?
That nutty team was before the salary
Yeah,
cap era.
that's the
I
only
forgot.
reason.
You're right.
And I'm not saying he's good, but Jacob Markstrom, I mean, he's not
Yeah.
a bad goalie to play in front of a super
Yeah,
No,
team.
he's
that's
not.
what
He's
they're
not. He's
talking
not
about
bad.
trading for.
Yeah.
Did they
They're-
trade?
they
Did
did.
that finalized?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that.
he's in Florida. They got what Rodriguez and
That's a good.
Some other
some
person.
other filler.
That's a good deal, man.
It is a good deal.
Yeah, they're. I'd be
So now-
fine with Markstrom. Do they trade for Gudis too?
Yep. They got
Last
Gudis as
person
well.
I'd want to see on Florida.
Wow, he flips off Toronto Maple Leafs players. It's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Fuck, Florida's gonna be so good next year, man. The Atlantic next year might be the best like division of hockey ever since like the original six when they were all in the same division. Like it's going to be insane.
What was the most surprising trade of the draft weekend to you, or your favorite trade, I guess,
My favorite trade of draft.
outside of Kosa? I thought that Paterka going to the Bruins was very on brand for the Bruins.
Yeah.
Which I thought was a good deal. I think they actually made a really good deal there. Zellweger went to Buffalo, right?
Yeah.
That was a great deal by Buffalo.
Yeah.
I think Zellweger is on par with Byam, and they got him at a way cheaper price. I wanted Zellweger on the Wings. I've been talking about him for months. That's when I thought that one I would have made a call on.
The top team's
Zellweger.
doing what top teams do,
Yeah, I
and
was
just
gonna say, like,
getting
Gudis
better.
for the Panthers is pretty nasty.
That is pretty nasty too.
Like, just they do such a like. I think we got to talk about Zito. Well, we definitely do in the same breath of a Howie Roseman or a Les Snead.
One of the best team builders I've ever.
He's
laid
the
my
best.
eyes
He's the
on.
best GM in professional sports right now. And
I can't argue that.
and what he's doing, again, of obviously, the boom, the splash trades for Brady and bringing in these superstars, but then the little ones like the Gudas and the Markstrom to fill the holes
They're so good.
and to
at those
fill
trades.
the cracks of an already almost impenetrable fucking force.
The Empire.
Like it's. And
Or Evan Rodriguez, who's gonna play on their fourth line.
yeah, he would have been
Like-
the fourth liner. Oh,
And Bob's not coming back, obviously. So you have your starting goalie, and Markstrom he's not bad.
no, he's not.
They essentially traded Bob, the center they traded to Seattle, and the picks they gave up for Brady Tkachuk. And that is worth it, in my opinion, because they're going to be
they're
so
gonna win
hard
the
to
cup.
play against.
They're gonna win the cup.
But this is a good year, honestly, for the Wings to be tanking because almost every team in the East is refusing to tank for some reason.
It's gonna be what? Bennett, Kachuk.
Yeah,
That's
their
their second line.
line.
Yeah,
Oh my god, dude. That's so stupid.
that is stupid.
Could you imagine playing that second line in a 7-game series? Forget
And
about
third line has Marchand.
it. Yeah, your third line's got Marsha. Oh man.
See, the reason why you have to press box Dylan Larkin is because of the fact that everyone in the Eastern Conference is going to be trying to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like Washington just went from a team that was was
Yeah.
on the edge of tanking
No, they're back.
to now going for it. The Blue Jackets might be tanking, but they will never reward the Blue Jackets
Who
in a
knows?
draft lottery.
What are they gonna
The
do?
Islanders are going to build on Schaefer. I bet they have a better season than they had last year. New Jersey is going for it for some reason, and they're not going to tank. The Panthers are going for it. Literally, there is no team in the East other than you that could you could be the only team tanking in the East next year. Like that's like. All right, let me just read this off. Tell me if they're tanking or not. Buffalo,
No.
Tampa,
No.
Montreal,
No.
Carolina,
No.
Pens,
Maybe. But no. But probably not.
Flyers,
No.
Bruins,
No. Not
Senators.
anymore. Yes.
Capitals,
No.
Blue Jackets,
Probably.
Islanders,
They should, but no.
Panthers,
No.
Maple Leafs. It doesn't appear like it.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it.
No. Rangers.
No.
No.
Rangers never tank.
So, that leaves us with the only teams in the Eastern Conference that are tanking are us, Ottawa, and Columbus.
Ottawa's questionable too.
And
Like they just traded for Eklund. Like
Yeah,
they're trying
they
to
did
build.
just trade for
like,
Eklund.
they're trying to
They
build.
do have,
pieces,
and
but
they do have Stusle, they do have Allmark, they do have Sanderson, and they do have Shabbat. They do have a better core than us. When we lose Dylan Larkin, like Brady is a bigger loss. The Larkin's a bigger loss from us than Brady is for them.
100%.
LPM Jerry's says, assuming we're trading Falk and at least, but in my opinion, Gibson, since they don't fit the timeline, 50% retain on Gibson to the Oilers for Savoy, Pod, and Tristan Jarry as a cap dump.
Whoever I do just get
Yeah,
assets.
I don't
that
know if
help
they give
you.
up Savoy for that.
They'd rather give up Isaac Howard than
Yeah.
Matthew Savoy, in my opinion.
But yeah, I mean, whatever you can get for Gibson or Falk, if you put any
This
names
is the
in
last
there.
dance for the Oilers.
Yeah, McDavid's
John
got 1 year.
Gibson is definitely probably the best goalie that's easily obtainable for them.
Yes,
Like obviously Hellebuyck wants out,
but
but
maybe they want to keep Chari and run because they're both older. You probably want to tandem. them in
Jari
the
sucks
playoffs.
though. Sucks. He was bad
I
last
know
year.
he was.
I'm glad we didn't get him.
I think he just. I don't know. I still believe in Tristan Jarry. I'm
What?
a Jarry stan. I know he had a bad year, but
Yeah.
he had a bad year before that, and then he had a huge bounce back, and then the Pens fleeced him. So maybe it's just the fact that the
Keep Finney.
The
Well,
Oilers
I mean,
defense sucks.
if you really want
You
to
also
get
have to remember the Oilers' defense sucks.
Yeah, I was
They
gonna
have
say
one of the
that.
worst defenses in the entire NHL. Remember that, okay? Sorry.
No, yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. I mean, Evan Bouchard's only good for his clap bomb. His defense is
Same
piss
with
poor.
Wallman.
He goes around the net and nice.
They
Yeah,
literally
Wallman's
just-
bad.
they're-
Darnell Nurse is probably the worst defenseman in NHL, and he's still getting paid $10.5 million. I could do what he does and have 10 turnovers a game. It'd be sweet.
All right, well,
Bring it to the Blackhawks.
make sure
Sure.
to bring it to the Blackhawks. I could see that for sure.
For
But I think
to help Bedard.
I think he wants to win a cup though.
Yeah.
And I don't think the Blackhawks would trade for
I don't think
DeBrincat as a free
No.
as a hired gun. Like they could
No, he
just sign him in the offseason.
The 12 teams I just named that are not tanking would all want to bring it. So let's start the list at 12 in the Eastern Conference, and then we'll extend it to the West. And I'm sure there's 10 teams out there that want them too. We'll get to 22.
And make sure you guys tap in tomorrow because we're doing a special episode at 7:15 after the heavyweights, before Team USA plays. Darren McCarty will be in the building, so we're going to get his thoughts on everything that's been going on with the Detroit Red Wings. After heavyweights, before Team USA's match against Bosnia.
Shout out. So from Woodward Wings, Garrett, actually, before we go, wants to give out a USA bet.
Yeah.
Oh,
hell yeah.
now.
Put it out there.
I could just
Or
do
tomorrow.
it for tomorrow.
All right, no, he'll give it out before the stream starts. So make sure you tap in at 8 o'clock so you can get Garrett's bet in. Garrett is a terrorist to the books. We'll catch you in the next one. From Woodward Wings, Justin Satawa, Spencer Raxter, and Garrett Freel. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.